If you think your family's Thanksgiving dinner gets awkward, wait till you hear about Cronos snacking on his kids to dodge a prophecy. Welcome to Mythic Lounge, where we unwrap the wildest stories from ancient mythology and show you just how messy things can get when gods and titans are involved. Today's subject? Cronos, the Titan king, timekeeper and father of a very dysfunctional Olympian family. Spoiler alert, it involves betrayal, prophecies, and some questionable parenting choices. But before we dive into this mythic madness, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. You won't want to miss any of our legendary breakdowns, because trust me, the drama only gets better from here. All right, let's get to know the big guy. Cronos, or Chronos, depending on how fancy you want to be, was the youngest of the 12 Titans. Born to Gaia, the earth, and Uranus, the sky, Cronos had a pretty rough upbringing. His dad, Uranus, was, let's say, not the most nurturing parent. He imprisoned his kids, the Titans, deep within Gaia's body. Gaia, being understandably upset about this whole lock up the kids thing, asked her children to overthrow Uranus. Enter Cronos, who stepped up like, "Don't worry, Mom, I got this." Armed with a sickle made by Gaia herself, Cronos ambushed Uranus and, well, let's just say Uranus lost more than his throne that day. Snip, snip. With Uranus out of the picture, Cronos became the king of the Titans. He freed his siblings, married his sister Rhea, because, Greek mythology loves keeping it in the family, and started ruling over a golden age of peace and prosperity. Sounds great, right? But this is Greek mythology. Peace never lasts. Before Uranus was carted off to the cosmic retirement home, he cursed Cronos, saying that one of Cronos's own children would overthrow him, just as Cronos had done to his father. Talk about a self-fulfilling prophecy. Cronos didn't take that prophecy lightly. The guy was paranoid. Every time Rhea gave birth, Cronos would scoop up the newborn and, wait for it, swallow them whole. Yep, Cronos wasn't winning any Father of the Year awards. First came Hestia, then Demeter, Hera, Hades, and Poseidon. One by one, Cronos gulped them down like a plate of appetizers. He thought he was playing it safe, but honestly, who eats their own kids and calls it a day? Cronos was like, if I can't see the problem doesn't exist. Spoiler, it totally existed. Now here's where things get interesting. By the time Rhea had her sixth child, she'd had enough of Cronos's, parenting. When baby Zeus was born, Rhea pulled off the ultimate switcheroo. She wrapped a rock in swaddling clothes and handed it to Cronos, who, in true paranoid fashion, swallowed it without a second thought. Meanwhile, Rhea secretly whisked Zeus away to a cave on Crete, where he was raised in secret by nymphs and a goat named Amalthea. Yes, a goat. Zeus had a badass childhood. Fast forward a few years and Zeus grew up ready to take on his dear old dad. But first he needed a plan and some backup. Here's how Zeus kicked things off. He teamed up with Metis, the Titan goddess of wisdom, who gave Cronos a special potion that made him, well, throw up. And guess what? Out came Zeus's siblings, fully grown and very much alive. With his family back together, Zeus rallied his siblings and declared war on Cronos and the Titans. This epic showdown, known as the Titanomachy, was like the Game of Thrones finale, but with more lightning bolts and fewer disappointing plot twists. For 10 years, the Olympians and Titans clashed in an all-out cosmic battle. Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades led the charge with their shiny new weapons, thunderbolts, a trident, and a helmet of invisibility, courtesy of the Cyclopes, who were more than happy to help after being freed from Tartarus. Eventually, the Olympians came out on top, and Cronos and the Titans were cast down into Tartarus, where they were imprisoned for all eternity. Victory was sweet, but Zeus wasn't done yet. He claimed the throne of the gods and ushered in a new era. So, what happened to Cronos after his big loss? Well, it depends on which version of the myth you're reading. Some stories say he was locked away in Tartarus with the rest of the Titans, while others claim Zeus eventually released him and sent him to rule over the Isles of the Blessed, a paradise for the virtuous dead. Either way, Cronos' reign was over, and the prophecy had come full circle. Moral of the story? You can't outrun destiny, especially when it involves swallowing your kids. Now let's break down what Cronos really represents. In Greek mythology, he's not just a paranoid dad with bad eating habits. He's the personification of time. In fact, his name gives us the word chronology. Cronos' habit of devouring his children symbolizes time-consuming everything. Nothing escapes the passage of time, not even gods. It's a grim reminder that power, no matter how absolute, is always temporary. But here's the twist. Cronos' story also shows that even the most tyrannical reign can give way to something better. The golden age of the Titans may have ended, but it paved the way for the rise of the Olympians. Like many Greek myths, Cronos' story has been retold and reimagined countless times in pop culture. He pops up in movies, TV shows, video games, and even novels. Remember Percy Jackson? Cronos is the big bad, trying to make a comeback and destroy the Olympians. And let's not forget God of War, where Kratos takes on Cronos in a boss fight that's as epic as it is terrifying. Cronos' story resonates because it's timeless, pun absolutely intended. It's about power, fear, and the inevitability of change. Plus, let's be honest, who doesn't love a good tale of family drama and revenge? So why does Cronos matter today? Because his story is a cautionary tale about the dangers of paranoia, the inevitability of change, and the lengths people will go to hold onto power. Whether you see him as a tragic figure or a villain, Cronos' legacy is a reminder that no throne is ever truly secure. And hey, maybe it's also a reminder to take a deep breath and not overreact when things don't go your way. Swallowing your problems, literal or metaphorical, isn't the answer. And there you have it, the wild and unforgettable story of Cronos, the Titan king who took eating your feelings to a whole new level. From overthrowing his dad to being overthrown by his own son, Cronos' story is one of epic highs, devastating lows, and plenty of family drama. Now, I want to hear from you. Do you think Cronos was a tragic victim of fate? Or was he just a paranoid tyrant who got what was coming? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this mythic deep dive, be sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with your fellow myth nerds. And don't forget to hit that bell so you never miss another epic tale from Mythic Lounge. Stay legendary, stay curious, and remember, there's always more to the myths than meets the eye.